Before the bright lights, before the roar of the crowd, before the rules we know today, there was a simple, brutal truth: the desire to prove oneself in combat. The history of boxing isn't written in a single name, but in the echoes of a conflict as old as civilization itself. From the dusty plains of ancient Sumeria, where carvings from 3000 BC depict men fighting with their fists, to the tombs of Egyptian pharaohs where prize fights were a form of entertainment, the seed of the sport was planted. The Greeks were the first to formalize this primal dance. In 688 BC, boxing, or pygmakia, became an Olympic event. There were no rounds, no weight classes. Fighters wrapped their knuckles in soft leather thongs, known as himantas, and fought until one man could no longer stand. The goal was simple: knock out your opponent or force his submission. The battles were long, bloody, and a testament to human endurance. Centuries later, the art was revived in the pubs and public squares of England. This was the era of bare-knuckle prizefighting. The first documented match was in 1681, a simple bout between a duke's butler and his butcher. It was a chaotic, lawless spectacle. The first champion, James Figg, was not just a boxer but a master of hand-to-hand combat. This was boxing at its most raw and unrefined, a contest of brute force and sheer will. But who was the first boxer? The answer is lost to time. The earliest contenders are anonymous, their names erased by the sands of history. They are the cavemen who pitted themselves against each other for the thrill of the test, the ancient warriors whose code of honor demanded settling disputes with their fists. These men fought for reasons as old as humanity itself: for dominance, for respect, for survival. They are the shadows in the corner of our eyes, the echoes in the cheers of the crowd. Their story is written in the language of combat, a language that transcends time and place. In the rugged landscapes of their day, they honed their skills against the backdrop of nature, using rocks and trees as their gym. Their opponents were not just fellow humans, but the elements themselves, shaping their bodies and spirits through sheer grit and determination. They were the original brawler, the pioneers of pain, the alchemists of agony. For them, every scar was a badge of honor, every bruise a testament to their courage. Their fighting style was a fusion of instinct and necessity, a raw, untamed force that could only be mastered through years of dedication and sacrifice. They lived and breathed combat, and their prowess in fisticuffs was nothing short of legendary. Tales of their exploits were passed down through generations, stories of their valor and their skill, tales that served as both warning and inspiration to those who came after. They were the titans of the ring long before the ring existed, their fights taking place under the open sky. In the heart of a community, their matches a spectacle that drew crowds as eager as those who flocked to the Colosseum. These men weren't just fighters, they were gladiators of the everyday, their courage and determination shining through in every blow, every block, every breathless moment of combat. The ancient world bore witness to their bravery, their triumphs and tragedies echoing through the ages. In the annals of history, these men may have been nameless, but their spirit lives on in every boxer who laces up their gloves and steps into the ring. For in the primal dance of combat, there is a poetry that transcends the rules, a ballet of blood and bone that speaks to the very core of human resilience. And so the legacy of the first boxer lives on, not in a museum, not in a tomb, but in the hearts and muscles of every fighter who dares to follow in their footsteps. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Now check out another video on how Muay Thai became the deadliest sport on earth.